Hey, what up? It's your boy Jack Spade back with another one. In this one, we're gonna be talking about some preamps. Now, you know, I'm still on a mission to get vocals as warm as a baby zebra being born on the Serengeti. This is part 3 of my vocal change series. Run it. All right, so this is part 3 of my vocal change series. And first off, I want to thank Zounds for lending me this equipment. And if you want to get any of this equipment, use one of my links below. It'll help me out, it'll help the channel. And you know, Zounds has payment plans, so you could just put down on one of these right here and pay it off over a year. I've been using Zounds for years, way before they reached out to me, so it was really dope that they actually wanted to connect with me, a smaller creator. You know, I don't have a whole lot of subscribers, but you know, they just believed in the content, so I really appreciate them. So why a hardware preamp when you don't really need a hardware preamp? You can get a virtual preamp. You know, you got Slate Digital, you got Plugin Alliance, and the UAD plugins. If you got an Apollo, they have great virtual preamps. But I must say that there is a level of warmth and a level of like 3D-ness. I don't know if that's a word, I'm sure it's not, but there's a level of like depth that comes with hardware, you know? And while I love virtual preamps, they are a little bit flatter than an actual hardware preamp. I mean, to me, hardware just sounds better, even if it's like a little bit better, you know? But I want that little bit. And if you also want that little bit of extra warmth, a little bit of extra depth, then I recommend a hardware preamp or a hardware compressor or even a EQ, whatever it is. So one of these preamps will be my new preamp, and I'm sending the other one back to Zounds. I've done a lot of tests and I pretty much made my decision, and I'll let y'all know what that decision is in the next video, so stay tuned. So the two preamps that we have is the Warm Audio WA73, which is a clone of the Neve 1073, and the other one is an actual Neve. It's a Neve 5211. It's a newer preamp, and it also has some tricks up his sleeve to make it sound either clean or more saturated with more harmonics, you know, more like the 1073. So let's go over the knobs and buttons of these preamps. All right, here are the preamps. They're pretty different, but you can get a great sound out of either one of these preamps. One thing I mistakenly did was I got a 1-channel Warm Audio WA73, and I meant to get a 2-channel because I wanted to test it with my favorite mic, the Townsend Labs mic. This one is a 2-channel, and that's going to be of course a difference between the two. But if I decide to go with the Warm Audio, I would just send this one back and get a 2-channel. So let's talk about the Neve 5211. This one is not a clone, it's an original preamp, and it's directly from Neve. It's really dope. It doesn't have an EQ like this one here, but it provides a really dope sound, and it could be clean or it could be more saturated and sound like the 1073, the Neve 1073, when you dial this texture in right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn it on. So to turn on that texture, I just hit that silk button and I can turn this all the way up. I keep it around like here, and it sounds really, really good, really smooth and everything like that. Now, if I'm using my Townsend Labs mic, of course I would have to set them both exactly the same. That's not hard to do because they have step knobs, you know, they have like a click when you turn them, so you could put them on a precise value that you want. So that makes it easy. So these are the same on both sides, as you can see, channel 1, channel 2. Right here you have your gain, you have your 48 volt phantom power, you have your polarity, your trim knob right here. I leave it at 0, and then I could trim it or I could boost it, you know, just to fine tune the signal. And then you have a high pass filter right here as well, you know, and this kind of needs a high pass filter because the vocals, when I put my vocals through this, it sounds very thick, very weighty, And the high pass filter actually makes it sound a little more, you know, not thin, but like less thick, you know. And this silk feature is just really, really dope. It gives it the vintage Neve harmonics, and it sounds really, really dope. So the warm audio is a clone of a vintage Neve 1073 with the EQ. So as you can see, it has the EQ right here. You could turn it off. Each band, you could turn it off or on, and choose the different frequency that you want to apply this to. And you could turn on the EQ on and off. As a matter of fact, let's turn on the power here. This is the output is different here, so you want to keep it all the way up and then trim it down, you know, with that. This right here is the microphone and line input, you know, where you can increase the dBs. I have it right here right now. This is a high pass filter, and this tone thing, it just double saturates everything. You have your polarity and your 48 volt, your line, your insert, and your instrument, depending on what you're trying to do with this thing. And the instrument is right here. This mic input is also on the back, you know, so it's the same input, so you can only use one of them at a time, but they do have an option to hook it up in the back if you don't want it hanging out the front. Having an EQ on my preamp is not really a deal breaker for me, because most of the time I probably use it with the EQ off, you know. You can't dial in the saturation and make this a clean preamp like you can do with this. Like if I turn this all the way down, now I'm getting a clean signal, you know. If I turn this up, I'm getting those vintage harmonics, and it sounds really, really smooth and really, really good. And by the way, both of these sound really great, so let's listen to some vocal examples.
No moment is wasted, I get up and chase the dream I've been dreaming, the manifestation, the hustle, the grind. There is no replacement, I leisure with time, there is no vacation. I'm going and getting, fuck open and waiting. Marching the mission, not stopping the cadence, can keep it the pacing, I can't stand adjacent. Money is freedom, emancipation from that job slave situation. Like a bad doctor, I'm losing patience. Yeah, niggas be talking but never be walking. This shit they be talking and speaking. I guess they be paraplegics, they see the defeated, they hate when they see you succeeding. No moment is wasted, I get up and chase the dream I've been dreaming, the manifestation, the hustle, the grind. There is no replacement, I leisure with time, there is no vacation. I'm going and getting, fuck open and waiting. Marching the mission, not stopping the cadence, can keep it the pacing, I can't stand adjacent. Money is freedom, emancipation from that job slave situation. Like a bad doctor, I'm losing patience. Yeah, niggas be talking but never be walking. This shit they be talking and speaking. I guess they be paraplegics, they see the defeated and hate when they see you succeeding. No moment is wasted, I get up and chase the dream I've been dreaming, the manifestation, the hustle, the grind. There is no replacement, I leisure with time, there is no vacation. I'm going and getting, fuck open and waiting. Marching the mission, not stopping the cadence, can keep it the pacing, they can't stand the chasing. Money is freedom, emancipation from that job slave situation. Like a bad doctor, I'm losing patience. Yeah, niggas be talking but never be walking. This shit they be talking and speaking. I guess they be paraplegics, they see the defeated and hate when they see you succeeding. No moment is wasted, I get up and chase the dream I've been dreaming, the manifestation, the hustle, the grind. There is no replacement, I leisure with time, there is no vacation. I'm going and getting, fuck open and waiting. Marching the mission, not stopping the cadence, can't keep it the pacing, they can't stand the chasing. Money is freedom, emancipation from that job slave situation. Like a bad doctor, I'm losing patience. Yeah, niggas be talking but never be walking. This shit they be talking and speaking. I guess they be paraplegics, they see the defeated and hate when they see you succeeding. No moment is wasted, I get up and chase the dream I've been dreaming, the manifestation, the hustle, the grind. There is no replacement, I leisure with time, there is no vacation. I'm going and getting, fuck hoping and waiting. Marching the mission, not stopping the cadence, can't keep it the pacing, they can't stand the chasing. Money is freedom, emancipation from that job slave situation. Like a bad doctor, I'm losing patience. Yeah, niggas be talking but never be walking. This shit they be talking and speaking. I guess they be paraplegics, they see the defeated and hate when they see you succeeding. No moment is wasted, I get up and chase the dream I've been dreaming, the manifestation, the hustle, the grind. There is no replacement, I leisure with time, there is no vacation. I'm going and getting, fuck open and waiting. Marching the mission, not stopping the cadence, can keep it the pacing, they can't stand the chasing. Money is freedom, emancipation from that job slave situation. Like a Bad doctor, I'm losing patience. Yeah, niggas be talking and never be walking this shit. They be talking to speaking. I guess they be paraplegics. They see the defeated. They hate when they see you succeeding.